Well, hello ladies and gents, and thank you for joining me today. And, by the way, Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's Eve, rather. But, hey, we are just a few hours away into a brand new year. While I was setting this up, I couldn't help but think of one thing. What if I forgot a stream one day? Do you think that's actually a thing? Do people forget that they're streaming that day? I mean, usually if I forget something, it doesn't appear until either like an hour later or the next day, so I'd be cooked at that point. I'd be thoroughly burned, seared, and roasted from all ends. Never mind. I'd be barbecued. I almost said like roasted on a spit, let's say. Hey, Cry, Luna, Shay, hello to you too. Hello, Amber, Larissa. Bon dia to you. Or more like... probably afternoon where you are. Hello, Obsidian. I don't think I've seen your name here. Well, happy that you could be here. Jillian and Brandy, how's everybody doing today? Has anybody got any plans? But by the way, I'm curious, what time zone is everybody in right now? Because it could possibly be the new year where you are, compared to where I am. I'm in one of the latter hours of the world, so most everybody else experiences the new year or the holiday before I do. Good afternoon to you too, Amity dear. Our little cat wizard mod is here. Hello, Lindsay, Carrie, Brandy, hello to you too. Audrey, glad to have you here. I still love that profile picture, Audrey. Jera, Zintemis. I love that I'm seeing so many of these familiar names. Like, there's new names and old names. I do try to remember everybody's usernames when they come in here, so it's fun seeing everybody again all of a sudden. Sage, I don't think I've seen you here before. Sage VT. Are you a VTuber, Sage? And somebody beneath Luna wrote, "You'll never know my name." Well, I'll never learn your name if that's the case. I also just realized I'm in the Dragon Cave, so I better have the dragon gear on. So... you're in Eastern Standard Time, Shay. Theta. Do you pronounce your name Thera or Theta? It's 2 a.m. in my country right now. My gosh. Theta, happy Thanksgiving. Okay, let me try that one more time. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Lady Spring, hello. I don't know if Lorenzo's going to pop in today, but if he does, I'll make sure that I'll see if he can come in and wish you all a Happy New Year. Holy! Let's see, it's still December 31st here, 1:13 p.m. Gotcha, Amber. 11:15 a.m. Oh my gosh, Lindsay, you are so close to it. Afternoon where you are, Cry. Holly, when you say it's 2:13 here, do you mean a.m. or p.m.? I mean, some might say, that sounds like a stupid saying. Well, we're on New Year's Eve, bear in mind. And we have people here who just barely said that they're from a PM and others from an AM. So, Montserrat, it's good to see you. You're a spirit monkey VTuber, Sage. Oh, curious. Oh, I'm a distinguished Star Dragon VTuber, or a living star. Sage, we're not going back in time, shut it. Earth Empress, hello. Joined on your other account, Jay. Oh, I see. You haven't... Jay, you have an account that's called You'll Never Know My Real Name? Well, I can't exactly question the anonymity behind that, so at least there's that. You heard that, Larissa? You heard nothing. Okay. Adeline. Let's see, what's my New Year's resolution, you say, Adeline? Funny enough, Adeline, I don't really do New Year's resolutions. I just make a resolution throughout the year, and I keep to it. A couple years ago, I said that I wouldn't skip leg day anymore, and I've kept that resolution even up until now. Let's see, next year, but I will make a New Year's resolution. Why not? You know, I'll just keep to it. By next year, I'll have at least... I'm going to make my... Let's see, not the Choose Your Own Adventure. I've already did that last year. And that... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't my New Year's resolution. KK, hey. Okay. Let's see, White Wolf, good to see you too. I hope that audio was good. New Year's resolution, I'm going to say it's have at least one supercut, video compilation of a gameplay. So like a supercut means like the entire gameplay edited together. I don't know if anybody's seen the What Happened video, but I'm going to be doing a lot more edits to my videos nowadays, adding things like special effects and text, basically doing the doing the visual equivalent to what I do with my audios, trying to make them as immersive as possible. Going overboard on the editing, some might say. But yeah, I'm just going to have at least one of those supercuts along with whatever others I do. Do you have plans after the stream with Thor? Yes, Shea, I do. I'm taking the good boy for a good walk. Poor pup has not had a walk today, so... It's still noon where I am, so it's kind of like early in the day, technically. It's afternoon. Let's see. Yeah, it's 12:17 where I am, so, you know, not too late in the day, and he has not had time for a walk because I did grocery shopping this morning, then went to go take my car in to get the oil change, realized I wouldn't have enough time, came home, showered and did laundry, basically, and then got the stream set up. I did have a funny little thought. What if somebody forgot that they were streaming that day? Because I've only started this just this year, and I kind of had to put my streaming on hold for a week or so. What if one day I just forgot one day, you know, let's say I just forgot what day it was that week. You ever had one of those weeks where you just don't realize that it's like Wednesday or Thursday or whatever? You just think, yep, it's a day in the week. Wonder if I thought one day, wonder what day it is today, because I don't stream on Wednesday, and I'm probably going to change that to not streaming on Thursday. Or maybe even Friday. Oh shoot, I streamed today! Thinking, I wonder if that actually happens one day. I hope not. No, it's not going to happen. Indonesian here. Oh hey, glad you could make it. And yeah, it's 3 a.m. I was about to say, it's probably already January 1st for you, so... YNIN? Happy New Year's to you. Let's see. So sleepy but can't sleep. I'm sorry, Tira. In that case, let's just mellow out a little bit and hope that this puts you to rest a little bit. Also, I keep using this background. I do actually have another background that I haven't really been using, and it's because it's technically not finished. What happened was, actually, let me just show you real quick. Let me get rid of this. Here we go. So this is the other background I have. This is the Realm of Chill background. It's technically not finished. Why? Well, all these different stars and sparkles you see in the background, you'll probably see that there are stars covering the columns, you know? And some of these stars are green or orange or red. I asked them, I asked the artist to put, a couple of stars, make this a sky full of stars. But make, just for lore reasons, I said, make one or two of them red and blue. And this happened. So I've asked her to, it's been several months now since September, and I've asked her to, take that off, because I didn't realize that that was the final product. After I pointed it out, I thought that she had corrected it. But I might as well use it since I have it, because the rest of it looks amazing. I think they did a great job on it. The arches, the mountains in the background, the Aurora Borealis. Look at that, all those colors. But yeah, this is going to be another one. It's the Palace of the Prince of Chill, that is one of the identities that my VTuber model Helix takes on when he's in this world. An ice prince, I think he called it like a winter sorcerer, something like that. I hope your holidays have been great. Thank you. They've been amazing. But yeah, I sent a few different reference arts, including one that I don't think has debuted. No, never mind. There is one picture I've added, and I think I've posted this a while ago. But basically I sent her that reference art and just said, can you do this background? Put the Aurora Borealis over the mountains, because I want this palace to seem like it's high up in the mountains. Covered by stars, closest to the night sky, so that Helix can feel like he's at home again. And all in all, though, barring the little stars clipping over the columns, I think that she did a great job. It looks beautiful. Autumn, good to see you. Came here and brought the tea. Hey, Ava. Good to see you today. Oh, thank you, Blue Wolf. I think it is pretty. I was actually tempted to, while writing out some of the lore for this character, I was almost tempted to, well, read it. I think I might just do that for a... I think I might do that for a stream one day. Like a nice ASMR stream. Just read the lore of the Helix verse and a few other stories. But I'll have to debut the video first. And that one's now being put back on the shelf to do some reworks after a mistake. But we'll see where that goes. You can't rush art, but you can definitely ask why it's not here. Cookie dough is done. Now it just needs to chill overnight. What's happening? Oh, Autumn, are you making cookie dough? I like that. Let's see. Yeah, later today, I'll be meeting up with a few friends who are doing a wing off, as they call it. As in, everybody makes their own barbecue wings, or not just barbecue, but wings. Everybody makes their own wings recipe. We all try the different wings, and we've got to see who does the best. I'm excited for that. I'm ready to let my taste buds judge. And yeah, I get to see my sister there too, and her dog Moses. Masquerading dragon, I'd visit that palace for sure. My dragon side be looking for shinies though. Oh, don't you take from another dragon's lair, dear. ASMR narration stream? Yes, Amity, an ASMR narration stream. I've got to ask, just yes or no, chat, does anybody have a New Year's resolution? So I've got a bit of a take on this, and I'd love to hear your resolution soon. But first, just type yes or no. Does anybody have a New Year's resolution? Or are you planning on one? I'll wait. Oh. Hey, Thor, bud. Thor has a New Year's resolution. He's like, it's time for more walkies. That's my New Year's resolution. Save you a bite, Cry. Yeah, I'll save you a bite. I'll pour one out for you. I'll pour a cup of water out for you in the sink. Ooh, lots of New Year's resolutions. Oh my goodness. A couple of them. Lost Star, I find your name kind of ironic. Helix is a star VTuber, like a living star. So you say, nope, Lost Star. Hey, Abby. Amity, you had me at wings. Is that your New Year's resolution, Amity? Make some wings. My New Year's resolution is to finish writing my horror novel. Out of curiosity, how far along are you in that, Amber? Right. I want to say what is everybody's New Year's resolutions, but I have a feeling some are going to struggle typing it out. So, you know what? Go ahead and type it out. So my New Year's resolution, I don't really have like a... My New Year's resolution isn't really like a big change to anything. Here's my take on New Year's resolutions. Take a goal that you have been working on or one that's just been in the back of your mind that you only do occasionally and just dedicate more time to it. That's it. My New Year's resolution, I think that people should just make one that only lasts a couple months. Period. You can do it within a couple of months because let's face it, that's probably how long your New Year's resolution is going to last otherwise. And I'm not even talking about people who are being lazy. Yep. I was the type of person who, back in college, struggled with maintaining my energy for the full year round. First few months, I could definitely keep my energy high, but after a couple of months, I was already dead or dying. I was ready for the school year to end, and it wasn't even Christmas in October. Halloween and Christmas hadn't even arrived yet. So, pick a resolution that you can do in just a couple of months, perhaps. Let's see, cut back on sweets and personal growth. How long do you think that's going to last, Empress? I do have faith in you, but that sounds like a tough one, because that doesn't really have like a solid goal. Is it something like, let's see, 7 days a week I always have this many treats, so I'm just going to say, nope, I'm just going to have treats only be on 2 days out of the week. Ooh, write a podcast. Now that one's pretty doable. Just one podcast? You want to write a script for your podcast? Oh, you already have a podcast, Blue Wolf. Oh, nice. I'd like to wonder what that we've got a couple of podcasters, I think, in the chat. Yeah, see, that's a pretty doable New Year's resolution. And if that's your first script for the podcast especially, I'd say that leads to a new behavior trait. Yeah, let me correct myself. So, Let's see, out of 35 chapters, I've got 30 of them written. All of them have been outlined. No way! Yes! Amber, well done. I'm proud of you. A lot of people want to write a book and they don't even write the first chapter. You've got 30 out of the 35. I'm proud of you. Done. Let's see. Work out, finish my fantasy novel, and start a YouTube channel. Yeah, that's a pretty ambitious New Year's resolution. Well, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, not saying I have some experience in this area, but I'm going to say that don't do it as a job. Just do it for fun. Because if you don't, the worst thing that could happen on your YouTube channel is you burn out. If you burn out and you start treating it like a job, it will feel like a job to everybody else. A few people will start showing up, too. You want people to come. You want people to have fun, you know? So don't worry about the views. Don't worry about the subscriber count. Just worry about making sure that you put all your you put all the effort that you want into it. As for the workout one, you need to think about like 3 times a week, or you go in like 4 or 5 days a week, or 6 days a week. Finish your fantasy novel. Resolution is to learn to make 5 new recipes that I have never tried before. Brandy, I love that one. See, that one's measurable. Rather than saying learn new recipes, you actually gave yourself a number you could achieve. And that might actually be, you can actually progress, you can track your progress. You can say, okay, I've learned 1, now 2. You know what? I've learned 2 from this country. I want to learn 1 from this country. And you can actually track your progress. I love that. Does marry my fictional character BF count? Moving on. Sorry. Adeline, I don't think that actually counts. I'd say go talk to people. You need to speak to people. Let's see. So you know what? I think I'll just make... So a New Year's resolution, if you ask me, should be 1, achievable in just a couple of months. 2, it's trackable, like it has either a number or a progression bar of some kind, or even if it's something like learn a language. Oh gosh, no, that can't be learned in a few months. So yeah, trackable, can be accomplished in just a couple of months, and finally it leads to a different type of either behavior or lifestyle, or it changes the rest of the year. It opens the floodgates for new possibilities. So for me, my New Year's resolution is to finish the Bramble Supercut Bramble Supercut video. Done my best to make it look good, but I'm also editing a bunch of other shorts for streams that I've done with Kindred and, Kindred Spirit and Siren Sun. And we had a lot of good moments in some of our past streams. And I think that these would be very good shorts, clips, supercuts. But I figured the biggest one that I've got on my mind is Bramble, because I keep over-editing it. And it was one of my first streams, so I did that stream a little out of the ordinary. So it's a little hard to organize with how all over the place I was with that video. But I think it's done. I think it's doable. It's something that I can track, it's something that has a progress bar, and it's something that leads to other audios, it leads to other possibilities down the road. My gosh, what was that face, Helix? Yeah, the light's on in this room. Like, it leads to other avenues. That's what I'm trying to say. Gotta go, but glad I had a moment to be here before. Bye, Cry. Thanks for joining today. Yeah, today's not going to be a very big stream, everybody. It's mostly we're just chilling, just hanging out. But I'll do a narration some other time. This is just a let's chat today. And we're celebrating New Year's Eve. But yeah, I got some other plans tonight too. It's in 10 minutes. I want to make at least 10 new art projects in a month. 10? How long does it take you to do just one? That sounds like a big endeavor. I don't know my goal next year. Theta, it's 2 a.m. Your goal should just be to get a good night's sleep. Don't you worry about a thing for right now. You can just enjoy the stream, spending time with us, and then when day comes, you'll have a new goal in mind. Let's see. Hello, Sydney. Happy New Year's to you too. Two of mine are get more into my personal art stuff, or art account in general, especially with multitasking with school, and gradually getting into working out. I like that, Amity. So Amity, when you say, those sound a bit more general. If you, let's see, two of yours, so get into your personal art, and how about you just do this, Amity? Say, do one personal drawing just do one personal drawing next year, and work out, I don't know, 1 day a week at least. For the first month. Just for the first month. Or working out more. Yeah, I hear that. I feel that. But yeah, you gotta have like a numerical goal, something that you can track. So rather than say something like, I'm gonna work out next week, it's more like, I don't know, I want to be able to lift this much weight, or I want to lose these many pounds, or gain this many pounds in muscle. Or I want to be able to work out, I don't know, 1 day a week for 45 minutes, or 3 days a week for just 45 minutes each. Doing cardio, doing aerobics, doing muscle training, whatever it is. Because that's something you can track. If you don't have a goal, you're going to lose your New Year's resolution, guaranteed. It's not me trying to be depressing, it's me being 100% honest. I feel like I'm being a dad right now. I'm like... I'm a very creative person with a lot of passion. Yeah, it sounds like it, Zintemis. Artsy Fox sort of accidentally set a goal of writing a chapter or a short story. Well, and uploading them to AO3 and Wattpad every month this year. I looked at the statistics for AO3 and Wattpad for a certain video. I almost don't want to bring it up right now because it's... Do you guys want to know something a little... what am I trying to say? I looked up the most commonly searched tags on AO3 and Wattpad. Like, what are the most commonly searched tags? This was back, though, in... I might need to look this up again. This was back in December of last year, so maybe the tags changed this year. Giving feedback on how to break our goals and completing our goals. Sometimes we have an idea in mind without plotting out the specifics. Yeah, Shay, I'm here to help you chill. If you don't have a specific plan in mind, sometimes you don't chill. You just sit in bed and let your mind go crazy trying to think of something. No, shh. I try to help people chill. If you have a plan, you can chill. Nah, you're good. Leg day, I think I pretty much got covered up. I want to focus on upper strength the most. Oh, Amity, I'm proud of you. I personally like upper strength the most, so I feel like mine was the opposite. I had to go back to doing leg day, you know? Leg day, calves, glutes, and thighs, you know? Or in SpongeBob terms, yeah, buns and thighs. Need to get back into your workout routine? Nice. Right. Wait, why Ycey? Oh, Anne? Oh, I think I know where this is going. Oh, yeah. So about those Wattpad tags on AO3, I decided to look it up. Do you want to know what number 1 was? I'm gonna be real with you. The tags were not flattering. But no, number 1 was fluff. The number 1 most commonly searched tag was like fluff and adoration. So we're gonna let that slide. What was number 2? Dominant. It was like dominant boyfriend, something like that. This was a year ago, so I'm struggling to remember exactly what order they went into, but oh boy. The stuff that people read on AO3 and Wattpad, and then they wonder why there's so many toxic guys and toxic girls in social media. I'm like, it's because there's a thing for these. It's a niche that some people have. But yeah, let's at least accept that one though. Number 1 was fluff, so at least we can be happy with that. But I kid you not, what was it? What was the exact tag? It was something like Toxic X, or I don't want to say abusive, because I don't want to get bleeped on YouTube, but it was something like that. It was basically bad boyfriend was number 10, and kind boyfriend was number 14 on the list. I'm like, how in the world did you get what? Why don't people like fluff? And like, BDSM, I think, would... Wait, what's the age on this thing? I think it's 16, set to 16 plus anyway. Never mind. We'll just say that the roping fun time, as we'll call it, was set to like number 5. That's the most common. What were some other ones? Oh yeah, Toxic X. What was it? Like, oh, now I remembered one. I'm gonna say that it starts with, it rhymes with grape, was like number, I want to say it was either 15, but it might have been something like, I think it was around that number. It was in the teens somewhere. And I was going to do this for a video. I was going to go through all of these, but you know what? I think I might just have to do this next year. Ooh. I think I've got my first original content video idea for this channel. Oh man, I'm like, yeah, what have y'all been reading? Toxic? Why? How in the... Yeah, chat, listen, that's why I said let's get this out of the way right now. Fluff is still number 1, okay? Why in the good loving earth? I have no idea. I don't... Listen, this might come as a shock to some people, but I'm not exactly good at creating the toxic boyfriend as the protagonist in some of my stories. I got an ad just to see if it's one time. Brandy, that ad was like a mom covering your ears like, no, 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 don't you taint my sweet baby's ears. Wattpad ain't for the weak. Wattpad ain't for the sane, Nika. Jeez. Roping fun time. Hang on, I gotta look this list up. Let me just read this off right now. There we go. This thing surprised the dickens out of me. So let's see, AOE. AO3, let's start with that one. I almost said AOE. I have been gaming way too much. Okay, AO3, most common searched for tags. No, not TAFs, tags. Gosh, the tiny keys on this phone. Look, I got big old sausage fingers. They're long and thick and... I've got long, big fingers and tiny keys on the phone. So let's see. Oh no, I gotta put 2024. 2024. There we go. I know Helix is looking down because I've got my phone in my hand. Here we go. Okay, I looked that up and an AI search result immediately said, here's for the list. I'm like, no AI? I don't want your answer. I don't care for your answer. Get out of here. Here we go. Archive of our own, most commonly searched for. No, I don't want my personal data. Oh, forget it. Here we go. Okay. Oh, these are in 2019. My goodness, some things just haven't changed. In 2019, the most commonly searched for word was alternate universe, and number 2 was fluff. Here we go. Now it's coming back to me. Amber, I see, watch it. Amber, you've seen me in some of my gameplays. You know that when I see something dangerous, what does Lorenzo have to say? Don't be white right now. I'm like, Amber, you've seen my gameplays. You know exactly what I do in them. I see something dangerous and I go run to go fight it. I go run off with weapon in hand and I fight it. I either kill and eat it or I feast in Valhalla. Come on, BookTook. Come on, BookTook. It's so possible to enjoy roping fun and time and fluff. No toxic needed. Larissa, I love how you put that as... we won't call that... I love how you put that as rope fun time after what I said, but also fluff. We would call that rope and fluff. It almost sounds dirty. Never mind. Yeah, let's go with the other one. Hey, Yuka. Hello. Ycey, must you subject yourself to the tags again? Yes. Yes. So the first one is alternate universe. Second one is fluff. Third one is angst. This was number 2 last year. Last year, fluff was number 1 and angst was number 2. Bear in mind, these are not the top 10 most read tags. These are the top 10 most searched, as in people went into the search bar and typed specifically this tag. They didn't just happen upon a story that had this tag. Fluff was number 2 back in 2019. Angst was number 3. Funny how those went up only a couple years later. Number 4 is sexual content. Number 6 is just segs. You know what? Let's go back to let's see if I can find 2000. Here we go. Let's see if I can find 2024. AUs are extremely common in fanfic, so yeah, alternate universes. That would make sense. Wait, Artsy, you say, actually that makes sense. Alternate universes are extremely common in fanfic writing, and I'm guilty of writing AUs. Well, here's the thing though. If that was the most common in 2019, then why is it no longer the most common in 2024 or 23? Okay. Maybe. I don't know. Some of, who am I kidding? It's majority of book talk or online readers in general are special. Amity, where read that? What is everyone eating for New Year's Eve? Wings for me, like I said. If anybody's just barely joining, later tonight, I'm only going to be streaming for a couple of hours right now, just to wish you all a happy New Year's Eve. But I'll be going to a wing-off, where we're all bringing wings, testing our recipes, and then voting on whoever's is the best. And it's going to be a blind taste test, meaning the wings are on the table, they're assigned a number, we've got to rate each number on a scale of 1 to 10, say what part we liked about it, like, yeah, I liked it, it was a good balance of flavor versus zing, or it was, this one was a little bland, but it left an amazing aftertaste, something like that. And then we're going to see who wins. I don't think mine are going to win. I did not put any time or passion or effort into mine, so I have a feeling I would be surprised if they got adequate among this group. Almost dirty. Yeah, talking about these tags, Larissa, almost dirty is right. Happy New Year, Laura. Here we go. I think I've got the list right here. Nope, this is not even a list. Where is it? Here we go. Alright, I have to do this. I'll edit this into an actual video at some point. Presenting the top 100 most commonly searched for tags on AO3 as of 2024. You wholesome degenerates, enjoy. Let's see, here we go. Hey, guess what, everybody? Who wants to guess what number 1 is? We already heard what it possibly was. Number 1 back in 2019 was Alternate Universe. In 2023 and 22, it was Fluff. If anybody guessed Fluff for 2024 number 1, you are correct. Well done. And moving on to number 2, it is Angst. Okay, chat, you said that Alternate Universe would be the most popular since a lot of fanfic does happen to have something like an alternate universe or an alternate dimension, yada yada. Well, that's number 3 now. As of 2024, Angst is now number 2, Alternate Universe is number 3. What is with people wanting angsty fluff? Imagine an angsty fluff story that took place in an alternate universe. Ooh. Fanfic writers, go. Hey, some of you wanted to write books or stories or fanfics for the new year. There you go. There's your first few tags. Oh yeah, you might as well put number 4 and 5 in there, which is sexual content for number 4, and then just segs for number 5. Yes, I am trying to mispronounce that intentionally because I don't want YouTube flagging me right now. Don't look up what eggs with an S at the beginning is, people. There's a YouTuber who ranks the top looked up fanfic tags on AO3. She's very funny because she reads all of them. No! Oh, that poor bell-bottom Jean, Shay. Happy New Year, Akane. Hello. Yeah, don't mind us if in case you're joining. I decided to look up the top 100 AO3 searches, and I need to match it with the top searches on Wattpad as well. I have a feeling it's going to be even more dirty from what I've seen. Anyway, I meant not dirty. I have a feeling it's going to be more spicy. You know, like spicy wings or sweet and sour sauce. You know, that's what we're talking about. Okay. Well, there you go. You got your first 5 tags right there. Fluff at number 1, then Angst, Alternate Universe at number 3, Sexual Content and Segs at 4 and 5. My goodness. Relationship at number 6. Okay. Here's an interesting one. Hurt and Comfort is at 7. We've got Angst at number 2, and then Hurt and Comfort. I guess angst doesn't mean abusive. Hey, I think people are getting a little bit more comforting here. Never mind. Number 9 is Smut. Never mind. We went from Hurt and Comfort to immediately Smut. Like, look at this. We're getting all wholesome again. Smut. Please continue the mispronunciations, Ycey. I get it. I feel like Jeff Frank with how I'm reading some of these. Maybe I should read a lot more of these. Let's see. Hurt and Comfort. Never mind, I've lost it. Oh my goodness. Just when I thought the year was getting a little bit more wholesome with people writing things like wholesome, fluff, comfort and family, and then suddenly smut. And I know, smut is at the bottom of that. Here's why. It's like, I know you're probably thinking, but Ycey, all of those are above smut. Yeah, it's what comes after smut, though. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I have to read some of these lower ones before Amity immediately getting the credit card for Hurt and Comfort. Cha-ching, cha-ching. You adorable little cat wizard mod. Is it bad that I'm starting to see a trend? No, Holly, it means that you've been paying attention. Holly, now for these next 3 that I have to read off, I feel like I need to read them in reverse order because I'm starting to notice a trend too. It says, let's see. 12 is friendship, and 11 is love. Look at that. People want more love than friendship, so, you know, sounds like people have got a lot more friends in life and are just looking for love, ain't we all? And then, you know, number 12, friendship. Number 11 is love. Number 10 is non-con... What? Number 11 is non-con? Okay. Let's just... Okay, I mean, sure, non-con's above 11... No, non-con is above love and friendship, but maybe number 13 is violence. Number 13 is violence. I mean, at least friendship and love are above violence, but my gosh. Penny the Bat Dog, I love how you just spat the word smut. Yeah, look, I say it the same way I say a mutt, like a dog. I'm like, smut. I'm scared of what's going to be on the list. I don't think we're ready for the rest of these. Look, some of these I'm definitely not going to pronounce. Like 13 is violence, number 15 is or... What? What? I don't think I can pronounce this one. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to say number 15 is sticking a toothbrush in your mouth. Number 15 is eating a banana. Number 15 is sucking a popsicle. Nothing more, nothing less. It's nothing dirty. We're not going to go any more than that. That's what number 15 is. It's oral hygiene is what they're talking about. My gosh, why is that one so popular? Got so big, I warned you. Look, I specifically commissioned this, what is it called? I specifically commissioned this model to be as expressive as I could possibly get. So he will roll his eyes. He could roll his eyes at some point, like, like, you know, he can look side to side. He can smile like, I'm thinking of something mischievous. You know, or he could look surprised, like, oh gosh. He could look sad, like, or he could pout too. He's like, jeez. I'm more likely to search for a specific fandom than an entire genre. Okay. Ycey, oh Ycey, are you going to read all of that? Adeline, after that oral hygiene one? No. I'm probably going to make another video entirely dedicated to this. At least love and friendship is above violence, right? Larissa, sometimes I look on the bright side of things, because it is still real. Angst for me, or the kind I prefer, is where the character B is going through something, maybe accidentally lashes out at character A, or some secret is revealed, eventually evolving into hurt and comfort. Yeah, see, Amity, I think you said it right. Angst doesn't mean that it has to be something dark, it just means that somebody might be going through something and doesn't know how to actually handle it, you know? I see you, poor wholesome bean. I wouldn't exactly call myself wholesome. Well, I mean, I try to be. Listen, part of me is wholesick. Is wholesome, wholesick. I read somebody else's comment. Larissa, we need a... I can't even read this dang thing. Larissa, we need a Helix bombastic side eye. Bombastic side eye. Let's see. Criminal bombastic side eye. There you go. There's your side eye. Oh my goodness. So from what I'm getting out of this list so far, you know, for every 5 options, one of the options will be super wholesome. The other 5 will be anything from, yeah, a little bit angsty or a little bit edgy, all the way to pure pornographic. But the wholesome one will still be number 1, and then the other 4 will be super dirty. Like I said, calling you wholesome degenerates is probably a very accurate term. Or is it more like degenerate wholesomeness? Ah, forget it. Look, we'll call it sweet and spicy sauce, okay? Helix's expressiveness is the best part about this model. That's the best part of a good VTubing model. Oh, thank you, Artsy. Yeah, I wanted this character to be as expressive as I could. Better yet, let me go back to the other background. There we go. And we can get the wings and the dragon horns out. There we go. Got our Star Dragon back here. Hello, ladies and gents. Thank you for entering my lair to see me speak today. Not the side eye. Yep, this is Helix's side eye. He's like... There we go. Yeah, you know. Just a week ago, people are having arguments about DD, DNE tags. But here, people still like them, I guess. Wait, DD or DNE tag? Adeline, pardon my lack of knowledge on fanfic, but I think I might have to just go look up what DN and DND, or DNE are. Alright. You know what? I've got to look up what some of these are. Okay, numbers 17 and 18 seem to be more detail-oriented. One of them is alternate universe canon. The other one is alternate universe canon divergence? I mean, if it's... I have read sexual content tags and violent over friendship, and yet here... Or what was it? Not possessive, where is it? Smut is higher up than romance, or smut is higher up than love, and same with segs and sexual content is higher up than love and romance and friendship, and yet the one that confuses me the most is alternate universe canon versus non-canon? It's all an alternate universe. Oh, forget it. Maybe it's... I'm going to try to extend a bone here. Throw a bone or extend an olive branch. I mixed together 2 sentences. I tried saying extend an olive branch and throw a bone, and instead I said extend a bone. Even Thor didn't look up over there. He's like, I'm not even going to give you the time of day. Let's see, you're still at work and answered 7 calls back to back. Oh, good luck, Luna. What are you working in, if you don't mind me asking? Is it tech support? Call support? I used to have a job like that, so I know how you feel. I surprisingly know exactly how you feel if it's a job I've had. What did he say? Oh, yeah. You know what? Let me go on with another one of these. Here we go. Finally, 19 is romance. 21 is death? Do people like reading about the character dying tragically? Oh, no, wait. That's probably more like a warning label. Like, hey, by the way, a character's gonna die in here just so you can mentally prepare yourself. But that's one thing I don't get. Like, shouldn't you... Okay, here's one thing I've noticed about content that's aimed at girls, like in Wattpad, versus content that's aimed clearly at guys. And of course, I say aimed at one or the other. I know you can have exceptions in both. I know that there will still be girls reading stuff that's clearly aimed at guys. I know that there will be guys clearly indulging in stuff that's evidently for girls. But generally speaking, like, I've noticed that if there's a death, they don't tell you at all if it's clearly aimed for guys. You just know it's going to happen, probably. If it's aimed in Wattpad or fanfic, oftentimes they'll be like, yep, death of a character, prepare yourself mentally, because you're probably indulging this when you're already at your weakest, you've just got off work, you know, you've had a long day, you're probably at, your emotional tolerance is at level 0, if not never -1. Still though, I just read death and gotta open a door. Wow. Oh gosh, it's still here. I thought I built up a tolerance to this last night. So my German Shepherd is gassing my bed chambers right now. Like, my bed feels like... My room feels like a World War I trench right now. Feels like World War I trench warfare. The gas is killing me. The constant gas attacks are killing me. Yep. I'm okay. Oh, Lord, he killed him. No, I think I fed Thor way too many treats over the weekend because he's almost 12. He'll be 12 in April, so he's still 11. And I don't want him to feel bad because he knows what I'm talking about him. He always looks at me whenever I mention his name. But, you know, he's not trying to. It's just he's an old dog, and his body is letting me know that he is definitely an old dog. Poor Ycey and Thor. Yeah, one brown girl. I need a gas mask at this point. My room feels like a trench warfare from world. It feels like a trench from the First World War. Like, constant gas attacks are just killing me at the moment. The tags actually made him sick. No, that one was, oof. That one was just more foul than usual, and I'd hate to say it, I inhaled it. Yep, that is why I started coughing. That was not a skit. That was not me trying to be dramatic. That actually did. I had to get a drink of water. Better yet. Oof. There we go. That actually felt foul. But that actually did. Moving on. Let's move away from the doggy gas. Let's see. We got death. That's number 21. Probably a good warning. 22, LGBTQ character. Okay. So we've got some both preferential tags and warning labels like death. What the heck? Okay, 23, 24, 25, and 26. These all go hand in... Okay, these next four I have to read in reverse order because they go hand in hand, but in polar opposites. Are you ready for this? 26 is... You know what? I'll read them in order then. 23 is BDSM. 24 is kissing. Aww. 25 is blood. And then 26 is happy ending. Alright, so in order again, we've got BDSM, followed by kissing, followed by blood, followed by happy ending. How do all four of those come one after the other? And yet they kind of have something to do with each other. What is with these writers? What is that? What even is that? Oh, yeah. I'm reading past some of these tags, which are just outright, if this were a farmer's market, there's just a lot of corn in some of these tags, so I'm just going to skip over some of these at the moment. My gosh, why is that a tag? I'm just going to say that somebody's tag involved balling up their fist and probably putting it somewhere it shouldn't go. I'm like, why is that a tag? Never mind, never mind. Here we go. Hey, Amity, this one's straight for you. It's fluff and angst. Tag number 33 is fluff and angst. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting whiplash from the tags between back and forth. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned whiplash, Shay, because number 22 was BDSM. I'm a horrible person. Anyway. 1 to 100 for those 4. Yeah. This is still... Those were still in the top 20, I think. Or around the top 20. Is it just me, or do I feel a bit dizzy every time I hear a weird tag? Yeah, you're not wrong, Carrie. Ollie say what now? Yeah. And a lot of these just seem like... Actually, no. I was going to say a lot of these just look like if this were a farmer's market, there's a lot of corn in some of these tags. But no, there's also a lot of flowery cuteness mixed in. Like... I'll say something that isn't cornographic here. I'll say something that isn't riddled with corn. Pinning. Like pinning someone down. Or pinning someone to a wall. Pinning is right there as one of the less sexual ones. But then parenthood is there. Or lighthearted. Literally, it's like whiplash. One after the other. It's like something dirty, something clean. Something dirty, something clean. Something... I'm like, what is this? You know what? I think I'm going to name AO3 Whiplash Reading. Yeah, so that is the last one I'm going to read other than... What's the last one? I want to see what's the last one on this list. Speaking of pinning. Number 1 is mutual pinning. My brother in Christ, some of us just call that jujitsu. What is mutual pinning supposed to be? She pins him to the wall and he pins her down? What? Is it like somebody's pinning one with their feet, the other one's pinning them with their arms? What is this? We just call that mixed Okay. So whenever it's guy content, we just call it wrestling and martial arts. In the girls' world, they just call it mutual pinning. It sounds so sophisticated. It's like that Drake meme where he like holds his hand up like, no. Or it's like, jujitsu, no. Mutual pinning, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, some of these can be entertaining. But yeah, number 1 is mutual pinning 99. Fix it? 97 is rough something, thank goodness. Wait a minute, 96 is fluff and smut? I guess smut and fluff... Oh, no, I was thinking of fluff and angst. Never mind. Oh, mutual pining. You're... I'm sorry, ladies and gents. It seems that I am dyslexic and I added a second N in there. Our very wonderful cat mod has decided to correct me. It is mutual pining. For those learning English as a second language, pining is like you're pining for their attention. You know, you're both interested in each other. Oh my gosh, she keeps saying it because there's a slight delay between my feed for the chats and what I'm saying. So, Amity... I kept going on about that whole mutual pinning thing. Yeah. And Amity, meanwhile, is like, it's mutual pinning. Pinning. Like, Oh, Amity, if I ever add this into a short, I'm just going to have the whole screen shaking with just an angry cat furiously typing on the keyboard. Well, so much for this being a nice, relaxing stream while we're talking about this. Ay. I think I mean, everybody started talking about... There were a number of... there were so many people who were talking about wanting to write in the future, so I think I just served you up a bunch of tags that you can consider. Oh, smile. Smile, Helix. You're welcome, ladies and gents. Is there a slow burn? Let me see, Adeline. Where's slow burn? Yeah, it's reciprocated, T-Bunny. I get that's what it means. Slow burn. Let's see, Slow Burn. Where are you? Where you be at, Slow Burn? My gosh, I'm scrolling through. Oh, there's so much corn at this farmer's market. Here we go. Slow Burn is number 40 on the list of 100, so it's still in the upper half. Fireworks are already going off, Karma. Nice. Yes, Donna, what we read off are the most commonly searched for tags on AO3. I would pull up Wattpad next, but I'd rather not scar us any further for the future. It's almost the end of the year, so I'll say this much. Ooh, Slow Burn, Amity. You like that too, huh? I'm a bit of a slow burn person too. I just like to have the character development, you know? It's nice getting to know the person before they're shoved together. Let's see. Yeah, right now there's still too much daylight outside, so not really enough darkness for all the fireworks to go off. I'm so happy that Thor does not mind fireworks. So, Thor is half Black Lab and half German Shepherd, and he's the second breed that I've gotten that was exactly that same mix. And I also had a German Shepherd there. He was a black German Shepherd, just purebred. The first Lab Shepherd I had, back when I was a kid, hated fireworks. He hated thunder and lightning. Poor pup, he dug a hole into the wall one time. Not Thor, my first Lab Shepherd I ever had. Dug a hole through the wall trying to get out of the house while fireworks were going off. And that is how we discovered he did not like fireworks. The second dog, the German Shepherd, he didn't really have a problem with fireworks, but sometimes he would try to attack them. Meaning he'd run out and try to grab the firework as it was going off. But he also hated thunder and lightning. So if there was a storm, he's hiding under my bed. He's hiding underneath my bed and just waiting it out. But Thor, on the other hand, he doesn't seem to care about fireworks. He doesn't like being right up in front of them because they're loud, but he really doesn't give a care. He's a chill dog, And as far as thunder is concerned, thunder and lightning, he actually likes it. He likes thunder. When he was a puppy, like a very little puppy, like a baby pretty much, the first time he heard thunder at our house, he walked outside with his head pointed at the sky. And you know that classic head tilt that German Shepherds do when they're curious? Every time the thunder would roll by, his head would just tilt, like, oh, what is that? What is that? And he was just fascinated by thunder. So, I guess his name Thor was very fitting, He was the dog of thunder. Hey, Happy New Year's, Nezuko. Thanks for stopping in. Hope that Tanjiro fixes your condition. Your parents' dogs don't like thunder. Yeah, it's a funny concept. I've known a couple people who don't like thunder, too. The neighbors are going crazy with the fireworks. It's like, I'm living in the hood, bro. Nika, those aren't, Nika, those aren't fireworks. You might want to stay inside. Yeah, me and firework have a complicated relationship. You don't say, Karma. Karma, do you not like fireworks? My cat hates fireworks. Poor baby Maine Coon. My dog couldn't care. She's a goofball. Your dog is chill, is what she is. Aw, cute Thor indeed. Aw, so fitting for him. Yeah, he's a chill dog. I wish I was as chill as he was sometimes. He's the royal floofiness of chill. The only time I've ever seen him really get, upset is if there was another dog that looked a little aggressive, like it was about to attack. Thor looked like he was ready to square up too. Back when I was in college and Thor lived with my parents, my mom loved to take Thor on these really long walks, like miles long, 6 miles long. She told me that they got up to 7 miles one day. I think Thor was 7 or 8 years old at the time. Anyway, well, there was one time where she was walking him and another dog left from their backyard and came out and tried I personally think he was going to go bite my mom, but he instead bit Thor, and Thor attacked the dog. So I think the dog was going after my mom, and Thor, being the natural guard dog, got in front of the dog, took the bite, and then returned the bite. He was ready to square up. He was ready to take the bite from my mom and then square up and attack the dog. So yeah, Thor unfortunately needed stitches after that. And I only heard about this afterward. My mom didn't get like the guy's information. They didn't really pay for the stitches, you know. Thor has a scar on his back from when he took a bite mark from my mom. So he is a good boy. He is the goodest of guard dogs. You're mentally preparing and also anticipating our dogs getting scared for all the cannons going off tonight. I mean, Amity, look at it this way. That just means your doggos and your cats are going to just bundle up in a giant fur pile and just lay on top of you, you know? We wrap her up in a blanket afterward. That's so cute. The dog is so chill, he's probably just going to look. Back to resting. Oh yeah, but since Thor was, again, Thor living up to his name, yep. Being a guard dog and being a master of thunder. Oh, there was one time, though, that he almost squared up against a cougar while we were on a walk. Probably a story for another day, but, you know, kind of want to say this, because it looks like... Ooh, I need to head out soon. I thought that was going to be later on today. Okay. Might just be ending this stream earlier than I expected, but I'll end it with this story first. We'll just make sure, buddy. Let's see now. So, this was back in, I think, 2022. There's I don't live on the edge of town, but my extension in the city where I live is kind of on the outskirts of nowhere. As in, beyond the boundaries of my living area, you basically get wilderness and pseudo-wilderness, you know. I say pseudo-wilderness like it's not actually wild out there. You know, if you go a little bit further, you'll probably end up in another town, but there's long stretches of nothing where a lot of wild animals like to roam occasionally. You'll see deer out there, and in this case, maybe even a cougar. And, well, as we were on this walk, the path that we were on kind of goes into like one of those dirt paths that takes you out into pseudo-wilderness on the edge of nowhere, and it's close by the mountains where mountain lions like to live. So, here is the story of how I was stalked by a cougar. The mountain cougar, not the Applebee's cougar. So, and I took Thor out to this little path. We go out to the edge of town, and the path at one point goes into a giant circle. And in the center and on the edges of these circles, or on both sides of this path, it's nothing but trees. Now, this was in fall, so we were used to it getting dark by, 7 or 8 p.m. But Thor and I like to go out there by 5 p.m., and we'd go out and we'd come back in before it gets dark. It's still fall. Well, it was now transitioning from fall into winter, where it gets dark a lot quicker. So, as we're out there, I'm thinking, okay, we'll have to be quick. It's getting dark quick. Well, it got dark far quicker than I expected. It's 5:30 now, and it's almost pitch black. I'm like, no way. What really alarmed me, though, is at first, I usually listen to music on these walks, but for some odd reason, I got the impression I needed to take my earbuds out. Like, I needed my sense of hearing, not just my sense of sight. It felt like something was watching us, or something was near. But I looked down at Thor and thought, that's probably my imagination. If Thor is on edge, then I'll know something is nearby. And I looked down at Thor, he's perfectly fine. So I'm like, okay, then I'll just keep my earbuds out and just listen, because I can't see very well in the dark. But I can at least hear. Like, I'll be honest, I don't have the best eyesight. And if anybody was watching Fields of Mystria, and I was trying to open up a bag of money in-game, in the bottom left corner of the screen it said, press E to open. Unfortunately, my mic actually covers the bottom left of the screen, so I didn't see that. If that's not a testament to my eyesight not working, well, more like not looking around a microphone, Anyway, but my hearing is really good. So even if my eyesight isn't the best, it's not terrible, but my hearing makes up for it. So while we're walking, I suddenly smell a dead animal. If you have ever smelled a dead animal before, or anything dead, you know that it is an unmistakable smell and you will never forget it. It is rancid, it is rotten, it is ugh. So as we're walking, I smell a dead animal. I'm like, again, is something nearby? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, once we go around the bend, in this path where it starts to circle back around, we can take the shortcut back. But I look down at Thor and I think, is he alarmed? Nope, he's still not alarmed. Not the Applebee's cougar, like he said. Almost choked on your water. Listen, there's 2 different types of cougars that can stalk you. I just want to make sure that people knew it's the big cat, not the big cat girl. It's not the Applebee's one. It's not the one that stalks you home and wants you to make her feel young again. I'll stop now. I'll get back on topic. So, what happens is as we start to walk, we go from getting that feeling like I'm being watched, like I need to take my earbuds out and listen. I start hearing little breaks in the branches, like footprints, like... And again, all kinds of things might happen like that. So it probably wasn't footprints, I was probably being paranoid. But what really sent me over the edge is right before we smelled this next thing, a giant branch on our right fell over, which really spooked the crap out of both Thor and I. Like, Thor jumped back and readied himself like he was, he inspected, like his paw went up, his ears were out. He was just inspecting. But nothing happened. He didn't growl, his fur didn't suddenly mat up, he didn't straighten his tail, he didn't do anything like he was ready to fight. So a giant tree branch just randomly fell over, not even in the path. It was away from the path, but a tree that was right next to the path just lost a branch all of a sudden, a big branch. It was like half the tree. So we continue our walk, and then I start to smell wet fur. Well, we're coming to a point in the road where a little river of sort, not even a river, more like a creek, runs alongside the path. But the creek is at the bottom of a small drop, like a 6-foot hill, so to say. So it's a deep 6-foot drop, and the path is up on top of that small hill. And in between this creek and the path are a bunch of bushes. As we're walking, I'm hearing splashes in the water, and I swear I smelled fur, and I swear I heard a splash in the water. I look down at Thor, and finally he's got his ears up like he's honed in on something. He's watching something. So as we're walking, the road comes around into a circle. It's time for us to head back. And I decide I want to walk backwards. The thing about predators is if they see your back, they oftentimes instinctively associate you as prey. But if they see your front, don't bump the mic, if they see the front of you, namely if they see your face, bear in mind, there are not very many animals that walk around on 2 legs. We probably look creepy to them for all we know. But when you are bigger, think of animals that stand up on 2 legs in order to look intimidating. Well, we are that constantly. So an animal that looks up at us may actually be a little bit intimidated. They don't know what we can do. They don't have health coverage. They're not going to risk their lives or limbs. They've only got 1 life, and they can't repair their limbs very easily. So they're going to be very careful about what they attack. So knowing this, I decide I'm going to walk backwards as we go back. Because I don't want this thing to suddenly see my back or see Thor's back and decide, ooh, cougar got a pounce. Again, I'm talking about the mountain lion cougar. An Applebee's cougar wanted to pounce on me. That's a different story for another day. But actually, a couple different stories for another day. Anyway, we're walking backwards, and I'm not the only one who had that same idea. Thor is also looking backwards at that creek as we're walking away. And at some point, Thor stops walking. He's sniffing something. I don't know what he's sniffing because at this point it's too dark to tell, and I don't want to draw my attention away. But when I looked away and looked back at Thor after a time, I was pulling out my phone too, just in case, because I swear I heard purring. And it wasn't like a regular cat purring. it sounded almost like a gargly growl of some kind, but it was a little far away, like a good 20 feet away, maybe like 15 meters away. So, actually, not 20 feet, that's too close. What am I saying? Anyway, it was a good distance away, within earshot, but not within, it wasn't like right next to me. So I pull out my phone and start recording just in case. And I actually posted this video in my server. Well, granted, I was waiting a little while, so I cut out the middle, so there's a small fade in between the video. But eventually, I start to hear a call. And I looked this up later on, and it was, sure enough, it was an actual cougar making this noise. There was a cougar. And I think it was following us for just a little bit. Because Thor, at some point, put his ears up, his tail straightened, like he was ready to, and his fur on his back got all mad and stuck up like he was agitated, like he was ready to fight something. I put my leash on, or I put Thor's leash on him, and just to make sure he doesn't go running after it. So eventually, though, we do walk away, and that's when I hear that cougar call. When I am telling this story later on, though, a friend of mine identified that specific call as a cougar's mating call. A cougar killed an animal and was calling for a mate. Basically saying, hey, dinner's ready, who wants some? So now my friends say Ycey was stalked by a cougar that had a home-cooked meal for him. I'm like, son of a gun, man. So that is my cougar story. Where I was stalked by a cougar, a mountain lion, rather. Why is Coco, my aunt's dog, choosing to growl now of all times? That's Amber. Oh, you know, she's just trying to keep you. She's just trying to get you immersed in the story, Amber. She's trying to keep you spooked. Oh man, you may encounter distinguished big cat girls in there. Oh, Larissa. No, see, real life cougars, you know, they stalk you in a different way. They're a lot more calculated. The ever-protective dog he is. Yeah, Amity, he was 10 years old at that time, I think it was, and he reminded me that he was ready to square up. I'm like, puppy Thor, I love you, buddy, but please, you're getting old right now. That cougar is probably very young and it just killed an animal. It will kill again. I think that if it goes after both of us, our best bet is to try and scare it off, not try to fight it. I mean, he did say a home-cooked meal is a way to his heart. Hey, Karma, hey! Karma, I didn't say that the cougar was effective in its luring. I just said that it knew what tactics to use. I'm just not going to say if the tactics were effective or not. Listen, its plan was, it was good at math, but boy, did it miscalculate. It was a reverse of that usual joke. For once, it was good at math. It just didn't calculate its answer. Lady Cougar knew how much you love steak, Ycey. No! Not the steak comment. It wasn't a steak either. It was like a deer, elk, or whatever was out there. I mean, I am very curious to try that, so maybe it was right. Nope. Ice, don't go after the cougar. 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 Okay. Let's see. Going to head off back to work. Happy New Year's. Yep. All right. Hey, thanks, Lindsay. I'm actually going to head this off as well, everybody, but I have actually got to head out as well. It looks like it's that time of day. I will see you all on Thursday, where I'll be continuing our stream of The Witcher 3, and probably doing that Thursday and Friday. Monday, I think I'll take another jab at Fields of Mystria. Next week, I will try to have something to narrate for a nice little relaxing ASMR narration stream. But thank you all for joining me today, and I gotta say this right now. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody, and since I won't get to say it when it happens for everybody else, for those who have already experienced New Year, Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Year! May it be a bright, shining, new, adventurous year for you, and thank you for joining me today. This is Ycey Narrates, and this fantastic model here is Helix, and I bid you adieu. Goodbye!